Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and look at your throat a little bit. So here we are going down your nasal cavity. All right, and then we're going to actually go, these are a few of your structures that we'll explain in a little bit, but this is actually your esophagus. And we're actually going to go down very quickly and just show a little bit of that. All right.
Get some green milk.
Yeah, we're actually in your esophagus right now. So just going to show you briefly. This is where your food should be going. We don't want our food going down our trachea, which I'll show you in a second. So this right here is going to be our epiglottis. This right here is, right when it opens, is your trachea in there. These two structures right here are going to be your epiglottic folds. This is going to be your vocal folds right here. And then, so when you do swallow, we want our food to go back here. As you can see, it's closing right now. Because we do want those to close to cover up your airway so that no food goes down that way, because then we will have aspiration and penetration, which we don't want, because then that's when you feel like you're choking. So we're going to have you drink a little bit of green milk in just a second. All right, and as you can see that your epiglottis is covering your airway, it's closing up, and your milk is going down the esophagus, which is exactly where we want it to go down, to avoid any choking like we mentioned. And that's you taking just a few swallows. All right, and then you can actually see your base of tongue right down here under the epiglottis. And we're actually going to go right back down your esophagus shortly, just for a little second. One more time. Right. And so you did really well. I think this shows that you do have a normal swallow. We have no worries, nothing that we're worried about that we need to check into. And I think it looks great. You did great.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, so I noticed after I swallowed, there was still a little bit of green left. Is that okay for it to be there?
Yeah, that's okay. It would be a little bit worrisome if it would stay kind of stuck there after a few swallows. It wouldn't kind of go away, but yours is going to.
Okay, so I also noticed that my vocal folds were opening and closing. Were they supposed to be doing that?
Yeah, that's perfectly normal. That's nothing to worry about. Our vocal folds actually do that quite often, and they actually move really fast when we're speaking, and that's nothing to worry about. It's completely normal.
Okay. And if any liquid were to get passed onto my vocal folds, would I be able to tell? Or
yeah, well, past your vocal folds, you'll probably definitely feel that. You know the term when people say it went down the wrong pipe, that's usually what it is. It's when it goes down that airway.
Okay. All right, I think that's all my questions.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and evaluate your swallow. We're going to start by taking the scope and entering your nasal cavity. Okay, we're going to go down the nasal cavity into the back, and we're looking over your vocal folds and epiglottis. This area right here behind your vocal folds is where we'll take a look at the opening of your esophagus. So we'll try and go back there one more time. Okay, and this opening right here, that's your esophagus. So when you swallow, the liquids and the foods should go down into that area. Okay, when we come back up, you can see this white flap right there, that's your epiglottis. And then these two structures that are going in and out are your arytenoids, and they kind of help move your vocal folds. So this white V structure right here, that's your vocal folds. Behind the vocal folds right here. And then this hole right here that you see in the middle, that's your trachea. So that's your airway. Right now, when I have you take a swallow, you're going to see that epiglottis kind of fold over and touch your arytenoids back there to protect your airway. So you can see the liquid is going around your epiglottis and then back here to your piriform sinus, and it's clearing and going back towards your esophagus where everything should be going. Okay, as you take a few consecutive swallows, you can see that the residue is kind of clearing up and going back into your esophagus where it should be. I'll take one last look into your esophagus just to see that the liquid's entering. Okay, you can see all that liquid around there. Everything looks good. I don't see any signs of aspiration or penetration, so far everything looks normal. Do you have any questions?
So my swallow is normal then?
Yes, it is normal. Everything looks good.
Okay, what was that green stuff that I swallowed?
So that was just some milk that we dyed green. So it looks a little weird, but it was just milk.
Okay, that's what it tasted like, but I wasn't sure. And then, is it supposed to be, like, is my throat supposed to be that red? Is that normal?
Yeah, your throat should be red. That's actually normal. It's a good sign that it's red. We'd be worried if there was any white or sores or anything looking like that. But red is a good color for that area.
Okay, and then sometimes, like, the screen went white. Why was that?
Oh, so it goes white when you're taking a swallow. So that's why you can't see it. So the actual moment when you swallow, the screen kind of just whites out for that moment. That was it.
Okay, gotcha. And then, so it didn't hurt when it went down. Is that normal? Is it supposed to hurt?
No, that's actually good that it didn't hurt at all. So you really shouldn't feel it, just a little funny going down your nose, but for the most part, that's how it should feel.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.